All right, let's dive into something truly fascinating today, a concept that sits right at the edge of, well, everything we think we know about consciousness. We're talking about the silver cord.
Seriously, just take a second and think about that. What if your entire connection to your physical self, to your life as you know it, was held together by just one single shimmering thread? It's a wild idea, right? And it's exactly what we're unraveling today. Okay, so what is this thing exactly? Well, according to metaphysical literature, the silver cord is this energetic, life-giving link. The best analogy is to think of it like a spiritual umbilical cord. The whole idea is that it connects your physical body to your other non-physical bodies, most famously the astral body. You can think of that as a kind of energetic double of yourself, the part of you that supposedly travels during an out-of-body experience.
Now you should know, this is not some new age concept that just popped up. Nope. To find its origins, we have to go way, way back, thousands of years, to a single, really mysterious line in the Bible.
And here it is, from the book of Ecclesiastes. This very poetic verse talks about a silver cord being severed right at the moment of death, just before the spirit returns to God. It's just one phrase, but this is the line that kicked off centuries, literally centuries, of speculation and intense debate. And this is where it gets really interesting, because nobody can quite agree on what it means. You basically have two camps. On one side, you have mystics and esoteric traditions saying, see, this is proof. It's a real spiritual connection, an astral lifeline. But on the other side, you've got some biblical commentators who suggest a much more literal take, that the silver cord is just a poetic way of describing the spinal cord. And honestly, that ambiguity is a huge part of what makes this whole concept so compelling.
But for those who do believe it's a real, metaphysical thing, well, it's not just some abstract connection. It's everything. It's the ultimate lifeline. So let's look at why it's considered so crucial.
So what's its job description? Well, its main gig is to keep your astral body tethered to your physical one during out-of-body experiences. For beginners, people say that actually seeing this cord is a massive relief. It's like a cosmic safety rope, a guarantee that you can't get lost out there. It also pops up a lot in stories about near-death experiences, and its connection points are often said to link up with the body's major energy centers, or chakras.
So here is the absolute most critical point. The cord must not break. In this belief system, if that cord snaps, that's it. Game over. The connection is permanently lost. The astral body can no longer return to the physical one, and that irreversible separation is quite literally the definition of death. So this brings us from all this ancient theory to modern-day practice. How do people today actually try to experience astral projection for themselves?
Well, if you go digging in online forums on the topic, the number one reason beginners fail is, surprisingly, really simple. It's not some secret chant or hidden knowledge. It's all about getting to that delicate, razor's edge state between being awake and being asleep. You know that dreamlike, floaty feeling you get right before you drift off? That's called the hypnagogic state, and apparently hitting that sweet spot is the whole key. And the methods people use to get there couldn't be more different. We're going to look at two approaches that are basically polar opposites. One is a highly disciplined long-term training program, and the other is a popular community hack that's all about finding a shortcut.
First up, let's talk about the path of intense discipline. This one is exemplified by a program based on the book Astral Dynamics.
And when I say discipline, I mean it. This is not a weekend workshop. We're talking about a 91-day workbook. 3 full months of daily, structured, progressive training designed to systematically prepare your mind and your body for projection.
And this table right here just shows how intense that is. I mean, look at a sample of the daily tasks. It's this whole comprehensive regimen: meticulous stream logging, daily affirmations, complex energy work, mind-taming exercises. It all culminates in very specific trance and exit practices. This is a serious, serious commitment.
But let's be real. What if you don't have 91 days to spare? Well, that brings us to the second approach, a popular technique you see shared all over online communities that kind of leverages a natural biological process.
It's known as the wake back to bed method. The logic is actually pretty simple. You sleep for about 5 or 6 hours, then an alarm wakes you up. You have to get out of bed and stay fully awake for an hour or so. Then you go back to bed. The idea is that your mind is now wide awake, but your body is primed to fall back asleep really fast, dropping you right into that perfect drowsy state as you're waking up, the hypnopompic state, which is supposedly ideal for attempting an exit. The contrasting complexity between the two methods is pretty staggering, isn't it?
So what do we make of all of this? We have this concept that stretches all the way from ancient scripture to a modern digital quest, where people are trying to create repeatable experiences.
I mean, think about the journey we just took in a few minutes. We went from a cryptic verse in Ecclesiastes, through this high-stakes theory of a metaphysical lifeline, and landed on two totally modern paths: the grueling discipline of a 91-day program, and a clever biohack from a Reddit forum.
And that leaves us with one final fascinating question to chew on. Is the experience of the silver cord a genuine journey into some other reality, or is it an incredibly profound exploration of the hidden depths of our own minds? Maybe the true mystery isn't about where we go, but about what we're actually capable of.